Hello, welcome back. So today we are going to see some more questions on arithmetic progressions, right? So this is not a very difficult chapter. There are only a few things which you have to remember in this arithmetic progression, right? But once you know them, you'll be able to solve the questions for AP. Okay, so I'll start with the first question now. So before starting, just to revise. So in an AP, we know that the first term will be A. So there will be first term, there is a common difference between these terms, right? In an AP. So common difference is, let's say, D. So first term is A, then we have A plus D, A plus 2D, and so on. So if you see here, the common difference is D. So nth term, if you remember here, it is A plus. So in second term is there is 1 to A plus 1 into D. So third term is A plus 2 into D. So that's why nth term is A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay. So hope this is clear. And sum of n terms are n by 2 into first plus last term. So either you can put first and last term if you already know it. If you don't, you can use this formula A and A plus n minus 1 into D. This is the last term and the A is the first term. So that you can put here and you can apply. So let me just put it here. N by 2 into first term is A, last term is A plus n minus 1 into D. Or I can write it as n by 2 into 2A plus n minus 1 into D. So this is the sum of nth terms. Okay. So this Tn and Sn are important things here which you have to remember for the AP. Okay. So I'll leave it as is. I won't delete it for now. Let's see if we require space, then I'll have to delete it. But yeah, let's go ahead with the first question now. So first question that you see is, if the pth term of an AP is Q, so what is the pth term TP? So let's say the first term is A and the common difference is D. So this you have to write. First term equals to this, common difference equals to D. So this you have to write that we are taking this in the assumption. Okay. Now we have to find pth term. So what will the pth term? A plus, so I'll apply this formula here. And this you have to write down here in the brackets. That why are you saying so? A plus P minus 1 into D. So because Tn is A plus n minus 1 into D is what we are aware of. So that's why I'm saying A plus P minus 1 is D. But this is equals to Q. So P's term of an AP is equals to Q. This is given. So this is first equation for us now. Similarly, if you see Q's term is P. So what will the Q's term? A plus Q minus 1 into D equals to is P, it says, right? So I put P here. Now we have to prove that its nth term is P plus Q minus N. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll try to find the value of A and D from here, and then I'll put it into P nth term. Like whichever term you want, we can put it there then. Okay. So we have two equations and two variables. So variables are A and D. So these we don't know. PS and QS are already mentioned in the question, so we are aware of that. Okay. So we have to try to find the value of A and D. So what I'll do, this is second equation. I'll subtract 1 minus 2 for now, so that I remove A. Okay. So it becomes P minus 1 minus of Q minus 1 into D equals to Q minus P. So if you see minus 1 minus minus 1 becomes, this gets cancelled, right? So what remains is P minus Q into D equals to, let me take one common from here, it becomes P minus Q here as well. So this also gets cancelled. Now D equals to minus 1 is what we have understood from here. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll put D equals to minus 1 in any of the equations that we have. So let's say I'm putting it in the first one. So you can say it like this, putting D equals to minus 1 in first. So A plus p minus 1 into minus 1 equals to q. So a becomes, so if this minus 1, what I'll do, I'll take this p minus 1 to the right hand side. It becomes q minus p plus 1, and this minus 1 gets cancelled because uh, oh, I'm sorry. So it will become q plus p minus 1, right? Because there won't be any change because minus 1 is already there, and that will get cancelled when I take it to the right hand side. So this is what we have for the a. Okay. Okay. So now I have to find the nth term, right? So what do I need to do? I need to find the nth term. So what will the nth term here? Again, the same thing. A plus n minus 1 into d. Okay. So what is a? A we have found it from here. So let me put it. Let me put the same thing here. So it becomes q plus p minus 1 plus n minus 1 is as is, and d is minus 1. So I'll put here minus 1, and now I'll open the bracket. Q plus p minus 1 minus n plus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 gets cancelled. So what remains is p plus q minus n, and this is tn. Hope you understood. This is what we had to prove here. If you see, prove that its nth term is p plus q minus n. This is what we had to prove, and we have got the same answer. Hope you understood. This part is very clear, right? Okay. So I hope this is clear, and I will go to next question now. Okay. So coming to this question. So if you see in the previous question as well, we haven't done anything very major. It is only basics that we have applied, and we are able to solve the question. So we'll go with the same method in the second question as well. So coming to the second question now, if m times the mth term of an AP is equals to n times the nth term. Okay, so m times the mth term of an AP is equals to n times the nth term. So just let me write what it is saying in the question. M times the mth term equal to n times the nth term, right? So that m plus nth term is 0, we have to find out tm plus n, and it will be 0. We have to prove that. Okay. So, but let's see what will be tm first. So we are saying first term is a and common difference is d. This is what we are going to take. So tm is nothing but a plus m minus 1 into d, right? Why are we saying this? Tn equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so that's why I'm saying tm equals to a plus m minus 1 into d. Similarly, I can also say what is tn? A plus n minus 1 into d. So I think these two are clear to you, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these two values and use them in equation number 1. So m times a plus m minus 1 into d equals to, so this is also in bracket, equals to n into a plus n minus 1 into d. So this is what we have now. Okay, so we'll come to this in a moment, but let's try to create a simple equation using these variables that we already have. Okay, so we have, I think we have now 4 variables that you see here, but again we have to find out a simple equation from it, and then we are going to use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this a terms. Okay, just let me write what it is right now. So this is md into m minus 1, so it becomes m square d minus md equals to an. So this gets multiplied here and here as well. So for n minus 1, n and d both are getting multiplied. So n square d minus nd. So now I'm going to bring these a terms together so that we have m and m minus n as common, right? Am minus an is a into m minus n, and I'll bring the whole other part into the right hand side. So it will become md minus nd plus n square d minus m square d. I hope this part is clear till now. So what I'll do, I'll put m minus n common here for d, and similarly. So what I'll do, I won't take plus here because it's better to take m square as positive, m square minus n square into d. So if you see from here, we have the whole thing. We can just 1 minute. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take m minus n common from here. M minus n is common. So what remains is d minus m plus n into d. Okay. So this is what it remains. And this is a into m minus n. So there is no change on the left hand side. It is as is. So now I can cancel this. So a becomes, so I'll take d common from here. It becomes 1 minus m plus n. So this is what we have got, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write what is t term m plus n now. So term m plus n is again same, a plus m plus n minus 1 into d. But if you see, there is a slight difference that we have. So we have m minus m plus n, right? And minus m, and I'm sorry, this is should be minus n, right? Minus m minus n, because they are minus outside and these are m plus n. So this is negative of what it's written here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the value of a here. So a is nothing but d into 1 minus m minus n, right? Plus m minus n minus 1, m plus n minus 1 into d. So if you see here, if we take d common from here, what will remain? 1 minus m minus n, and I'll put this one also plus m plus n minus 1. So this is what will remain. So if you see, this gets cancelled, and this also gets cancelled. So it becomes d into 0. So therefore 0. So term m plus n becomes 0, and this is what we had to prove. Hope you understood. So again, I have not applied anything very fancy or something out of course from here, right? Here, whatever you have studied in AP is what I'm going to apply. I have used a term of n as a plus n minus 1 into d, and this is only the thing that I have used, and I have just applied this and proved the question. So question might look a bit tricky, but the answers are simple here. Okay, so coming to third question. So if you see uh, here, the first term is 65 for us, right? And what is the common difference here? D is minus 4, right? So it's the question is asking which is the first negative term in this AP. What is the first negative term? So let's say the nth term is the first negative term. So in that case, term n is less than 0, right? Okay. So let's see. Okay, what is term n first? So we know term n as a plus n minus 1 into d. So I'll apply the same thing here. 65 minus 4. So because d is minus 4 into n minus 1, and it should be less than 0. So I'll just solve this now. 65 minus 4n plus 4 is less than 0. So it becomes minus 4n plus 69 is less than 0. And what I'll do, I'll take this 4n to the right hand side. So it becomes 4n, and 4n has this mouth open for this symbol. So I'll put it like this: 4n is greater than 69. Okay. Now n should be greater than, I'll just divide by 4 on both the sides, 69 by 4. So this is 17, 17, 30, 15, 68, 17 and 1 by 4. So n should be greater than 17. So therefore n is, let's say, 18, because the next number from 17 is 18. So therefore 18th term, when we said term n, term nth will be less than 0. So we have found n value of n as 18, which will satisfy this equation, right? So therefore 18th term will be the first term which will have negative sign. 18th term and further, 18th and further terms will have negative sign. So I hope this part is clear about how we are doing it. So I've used A as 65 because that's given. D is minus 4. If you see here, 65, 67, 57, 53, we're decreasing 4 again and again. So I've set D as minus 4. Now the question is, we have to find the term which is the first negative term in this AP. So that's what I have to find out. So I'm saying, let's say the term n is less than 0, and we have used that to find the value of n. Hope this is clear. I'll go to next question. So all of these questions have come in boards in the previous years. In case you're not able to understand any of them, please put your question in the comments and we'll try to solve it for you. Okay. So here what we are saying is, the question says, for what value of n, the nth term of the following APs are equal. So for which value of n these terms are equal. Okay. So let's consider this particular AP now. So uh, uh, so there are two APs. Okay, AP 0 and AP 1. I'll say like this. Okay. So AP 0, A0 is 63, right? Common difference is 63, 67. Common difference is plus 2. Similarly, for AP1, if you see not A0, it will be A1 equals to 3, and the common difference is 3, 10, 17 is common difference is 7. So now for nth term, what is the nth term? What do we know? We know A plus n minus 1 into D. So this is the common term for any of the AP. Okay. So let's use this to find the value of n here so that both of these reach the same value, because that's what it is saying. Following APs are equal. For what value of n, the nth term of these APs are equal. Okay. So what is nth term for this one? Tn0 equals to, I'll use this formula only, right? 63 plus n minus 1 into 2. Let me open the bracket now. 63 plus 2n minus 2, right? So it becomes 61 plus 2n. And what is the nth term for this one? It becomes 3 plus 7 into n minus 1. So I hope it is clear till now. So what will happen now is, I'll multiply 7 into n, I'll open the brackets, and minus 7. So 3 and minus 7 becomes minus 4. So now these has to be equal is given in the question itself. So that's what we are going to do now. 61 plus 2n equals to 7n minus 4. I hope this is clear. We have just put both of these values as equal as given in the question. So now let's try to solve this equation. So since we have and let's bring the n terms to one side and the non-n terms to the other side. Okay, so I'll bring 2n to the right hand side. It becomes 7n minus 2n, right? And it becomes on the left hand side becomes 67 plus 4. So it becomes, I'll write it here. So it becomes 65 equals to 5n, right? 7 minus 2n is 5n, and on the left hand side we have 65. So I'll change that now, change the space for them. 5n equals to 65, let's say. So n becomes 65 by 5, which is 13. So for n equals to 13, these APs will have the same value. Okay. So I hope this is also clear to you. How we are finding it out? We have to find the nth term of these APs which are equal. So term n is a plus n minus 1 into d, and that's what we have used to find the value of n. Okay, I'll move to next question now. So we have to find the middle term of an AP here. So here again the same thing. First term is 213, which is a, right? We say the first term is a, which is 213, and common difference, which we say as t, is 213 minus 205 is 8, and again 205 minus 8 is 197. So difference is minus 8. Okay, so we have first term, we have common difference. Let's see what is the number of term for 37 when we have the value of term as 37. Okay, so let's say that this is again Tn, and Tn is nothing but a plus n minus 1 into d. So we have to find the value of n here. Okay, then only we will be able to find the middle term. So for finding the middle term, we are taking two different steps here. First, let's find the length of the AP, then find out what is the middle term of the AP, what is the number of the middle term, and then the actual value of it. Okay, so this is the first part where we are trying to find the length of the AP. So term n is nothing but 37, A is 213, right? And we don't know n, we have to find it out, and D is minus 8. So let's open now. So 213 as is, minus 8n, minus into minus is plus, so that's why it is plus 8. So it becomes 221 minus 8n. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this 8n to the left hand side and bring this 37 to the right hand side. So it becomes 8n equals to 221 minus 37. So which is 7 and 4 11, 3 1 4, 4 8 12, 184. So 8n becomes 184, right? So therefore n becomes 184 upon 8, which is 8 to 16, 24, 8 is 24. So there are 23 terms in this AP. Okay, so this we have find out the length of the AP now. Now what I'm going to do? I am now going to check the middle term. So when you have 23 terms, so this is 0, this is 23. So how do I find out the middle term here? So, okay, not 0, but the 1, right? So what I'll do is, I'll add 1 to it. 23 plus 1 is 24 by 2, which will give me 12 here. So if you see on the left hand side, I have 11 terms, right? And even on the right hand side, I have 11 terms. So I hope this is clear. I have just added 1 to it and half the value. 23 plus 1 upon 2 is what I have done to find out 12. Okay. So now I know the middle term of the AP is the 12th term. So then again, what is 12th term? How do I find it out? A plus, again, n minus 1. N is 12 minus 1 into D is minus 8. Okay, sorry, I'll just write the formula and then we'll do it in the next step. Okay, so A is nothing but 213, we know, plus D is minus 8, right? And N is 12 minus 1. Okay, so 213, and I'll open the bracket now. Oh, not open the bracket yet, but yeah, 12 minus 1 is 11, minus 8 into 11. So 213 minus 88. So what is the term 12th now? So 8 of 5, 13, 9 and 12. So term 12 is 125. Did you see how easy the question was? We have used nothing else but just one formula, term n. Term n is the only question that we have used in these 5 questions. This is the only formula we have used, right? Okay, so coming to the last question now. The sum of 2000 rupees invested at 7% per annum, simple interest. So this is simple interest, right? Principal is 2000 rupees, rate is 7%, right? Now calculate the interest at the end of first, second and third year. Do these interests form an AP? If so, find the interest at the end of 27th year. Okay, let's see. So let's say the term is 1 year. So what is the formula for simple interest? So if you remember, simple interest formula is nothing but P into R into T upon 100. Okay, so this is how we are going to find out. So term is 1 year. In that case, SI1 will be 2000 into 7 into 1 upon 100. So this gets cancelled. 7 2s are 140 rupees. So this is the simple interest one is 140. Similarly, let's calculate for 2 because it has asked calculate the interest for first, second and third year. So SI2 will be again, I mean P and R are same, right? 2000 into 7 into the term is 2 now upon 100. Again this gets cancelled, but now there is a multiple of 2. 2 to the 4, 4 7 is 28. So this is 280 rupees now. Let's calculate for term 3 as well for the third year. SI3 equals to 2000 into 7 into 3 upon 100. This gets cancelled. 7 to the 14 is 420 rupees. So if you see here, we have find out the interest for first year, second year, and third year. So first year is 140, second year is 280. So difference here is 140. Between second and third year again, the difference is 140. So if you see here, it is an AP. So it's an AP with first term as 140 rupees, right? And difference is again 140 rupees only, right? If you see here, this is the difference, right? So now it is asking me if do these interest from an AP? Yes, they does. Yes, they are in, or maybe we can say interests are in AP. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this A and D to calculate the interest at the end of 27th year. So how do we calculate 27th year interest? Again, the same formula. We don't need to do anything else. Term n equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. So so A here is nothing but 140 plus n minus 1. So n is 27. 27 minus 1 is 26 into 140, right? So what I'll do, I'll take 140 common. It becomes 1 plus 26. So 140 into 27 is what I have to do. So now for doing this, I am going to do it here. So this I'll do using Vedic math so that I can find the answer in the single step. 7 4s are 28. 4 2s are 8. 8 plus 7 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17. 1 common, 1 carry, and 2 1s are 2 plus 1 3. 378. So this is 378, and there was 1 0 extra, so I'll put 0 here. So this is the term 27 of this AP, which is the interest at the end of 27th year. So there are two answers we have found out. This is the first part, and this is the second part, right? I hope the questions are clear. It is very easy. For finding how I have calculated this this multiplication so easily in a single step, what you can do, you can go and check the other videos that I have on the YouTube channel. It contains the multiplication videos as well. So you'll be able to understand from there how we have calculated this using Vedic maths. Okay. So this is very easy calculation. You can do it easily, a single step. And they are, even if they are the calculations are complex, still you can do using Vedic maths. There are a lot of tricks in it. You can learn about them using by going through the other videos that we have on the channel. Hope you understood. It was really wonderful today. So in case you are able to understand, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you are having any doubts, still like and subscribe, but please do add your comment and we will try to solve the question for you. And we will try to solve the doubt that you have. Hope you understood. Thank you. See you next time.